what people don't understand about them printing out a bunch of money and out of debt, out of I think it just a lot. Honestly, there's a lot of Americans that think that just comes out of like the government just makes it, right? Which I guess they do. They manufacture it, but it doesn't. There's no consequences. It's like money grows on trees. The government, no, that comes from taxpayer money. Or if we keep this monetary system, your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids, their labor will pay for this. They'll pay for you, all the stuff that, the stimulus, which is pretty small, honestly. And I've already said all this, but the thing that people don't understand about inflation and price goods going up, this is what people don't get, is it always affects the poor people first. Now, people who have money, they could take on higher costs right away. Like it affects the poor people first. They're used to a certain budget. They're not used to milk. They're used to milk being like $3.25, or gas being what was it? $2 here in Missouri. They're used to that, or we're used to that. I'm a part of that too. We're used to that. But when you have all this printing of money, it's going to cost excess of money, this abundance of money printing. It's going to cause goods and services to go up. And poor people, or people in my position, will feel the effects first. What is that $1,400 going to do? What is that $600 going to do? It might be good for a month, maybe a couple months, but how the long-term effects is horrifying, absolutely horrifying, and people just don't understand it. It's just, people that got money, like I said, they can take on these high costs. All we're doing is driving up the price. That's all it is constantly driving up the price, making things more complicated, more money more complicated, just putting more zeros behind things. That's all we're doing with inflation. And yes, what does happen is it will eat into that debt. Inflation does eat into debt. It does. When you pay people more, well, people aren't going to get a pay raise right away. You'll get cost of services. This is what I'm trying to say. Cost and services of products will go up first before people actually get raises to compensate for those. So you'll have stores making out like a bandit, right? And then it's always the hourly wage person that gets their wages bumped up later on. The cost, the goods and services get bumped up first, and then the wages come next. That's how it goes. That's why I say the poor people and the people in my position are always the ones that it affects first. Because people that got money, they ain't worried about it. Or even if like they just have credit. And a lot of people can't even come up with $400 in America. Can't even they gotta go to paid these loan places, right? These paycheck loan places, which is not a good idea. But they have to do that to survive. People can't even come up with $400. A lot of Americans. So then inflation affects them first. It kind of gives stores and people who have money a head start. That's what it does. It gives them a head start. and then the workers, you know, it's like it's kind of like it eats into anything that they have. If they have something, if we have something saved, it eats into it. The poor people are always the ones to suffer. Always. It doesn't matter. We're the poor people, the lower middle class, always the ones that get hit the hardest for everything. But in rich people, like, I'm talking about the people who are being productive. I'm not talking about people who are getting free handouts that are living off the government. I'm talking about people who are being productive out here. We are the ones that are the ones that get hit. We're the ones that have to pay taxes. We can't avoid taxes, but the rich people, they get lawyers. You know, that's what I'm saying. Is like there is a wealth inequality for sure. But the thing is, these Democrats are just eating it in so many different ways. Keep printing out money. Keep printing it out. Keep making it worth less. Yeah, you're devaluing our dollar. You're devaluing our dollar by printing out more of it. And then inflation will hit. So, yeah, my whole point is the poor people always get hit first.